Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Thanks for joining us. 888-900-3393. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. You know, there is still no verification. In fact, quite the opposite of the story of the 10-year-old needing an abortion.
Huh.
Yeah, still no verification on that. That's fascinating. Because
she had to travel.
She had
all
to travel.
the way.
Wow, from Ohio clear to Indiana next door. Huh. Well, okay. Phew. Must have been grueling. No, I mean, look, she's 10 years old. You want her to have, I mean, as little trauma as you can because she's already been through incredible trauma for a 10-year-old.
Are we just guessing that someone drove her there? Did she walk? Did she skateboard there?
I think we're guessing somebody drove her, would be my guess.
Tricycle in? I don't know.
Now, here's another weird thing. She didn't have to go to Indiana for the abortion. She could have stayed right there in Ohio where they do abortions for this sort of thing, for rape and incest, where they do abortions when a mother's life is in danger. All three of those maybe apply. Yeah. The Ohio Attorney General said, yeah, she could, if she exists, she could have had that abortion right here in Ohio. No reason. There's no reason for her to have to travel.
The doctor would have thought, "Oh no, I'm going to be taken to court for harming a baby, having an abortion."
But why wouldn't they think that in Indiana too? I don't know. I don't know. But this thing is completely, I think, fabricated. It's just a total lie.
I'll tell you this: it was reported.
It was reported. And Biden said so. It was reported. Yeah, but it wasn't true. Wasn't true. An automatic investigation is launched when this is reported to authorities. Yeah, automatic.
Hello. It has to be.
And there is no report of any such incident in Ohio. According to the Ohio Attorney General, there just are no reports of this happening. It didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't.
This did not happen.
It's just a made-up story.
And they keep pushing the lie over and over and over and over and over again. It's what they do with Trump. It's what they do with every single January 6th.
Oh, man.
They keep telling the lie that 4 cops were killed on January 6th. No cops were killed. One died the next day of massive strokes, 2 of them. And then 2 later, weeks later, committed suicide. That wasn't from the day democracy almost died. Okay? It wasn't.
They certainly, I mean, that first one.
Health issues.
They had him lying in state.
Yeah. Yeah, he
was at the rotunda.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow.
Yeah. For having strokes on the job. Okay, well, just bizarre. But it just goes to show they couldn't care less about truth. Zero evidence of this Ohio 10-year-old. And even if it did happen, she wouldn't have had to leave Ohio to get the abortion.
But being 10 years old, she didn't know that. She just knew.
There might have been.
I've got to get to Indiana.
An adult, maybe.
Got to get to Indiana.
And I wonder why she thought Indiana's a pretty conservative state. I wonder why automatically she thought, I got to get to Indiana. Why?
She's
10.
Why
was that?
How old is she?
She's 10.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, she's 10. TEN 10.
She heard somebody say, "Hey, I got to go to Indiana for an abortion." She knew that. I got to get there. I got to get to Indiana.
She obviously had never heard that old song, "Indiana Wants Me." Lord, I can't go back there. You know that song?
Sadly, I remember my grandfather.
Your grandfather.
That song.
I see. Yeah. You're right. I wish I had you to talk to. Who did that? I'm trying to think. Who did Indiana Wants Me? Now it's it's Dean Taylor, I think. Right? Was that Dean?
I think that sounds right. Because you want to I always think
yes.
it's somebody else, and it's
Dean
always Dean Taylor.
Taylor.
The last time we looked this up, yes.
A classic.
The great Dean Taylor.
Did we look this up before?
Yes.
I don't remember referencing Indiana Wants Me.
Cannot remember.
Lord, I can't go back
Dean
there.
Taylor.
Indiana Wants Me.
Such a
Lord,
legend.
I can't go back there. And I wish I had you to talk to. So that would be really good. And then at the end, the sirens, you hear the sirens in the background of the song. Mm-hmm. They're coming to get him. And so.
Shed a tear.
He's going to have to go back there, apparently. But hopefully the 10-year-old won't have to.
Right.
Because hopefully they took care of that situation and it won't happen again. Especially since she doesn't exist and this didn't happen.
Right.
So that makes it even more convenient.
Hopefully it never happens again.
Oh, man. The lies from the left are just incredible. Incredible. The racism and aggression toward the Supreme Court justices, also pretty incredible. Ted Cruz said the attacks against Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas and his wife after the court overturned Roe v. Wade are despicable. The racist hatred directed at him and his family is despicable, absolutely vile. Somebody published a photo on social media of a protester sign reading, Ginny Thomas is a 21st century slave owner, referring to Ginny Thomas, his white wife, and Clarence Thomas, who is black. I mean, it's okay for the left, I guess,
absolutely,
to be absolutely racist like this.
I guess so. I mean, Ted has a little bit of history with being assaulted at a restaurant.
Yeah, he does.
So, I mean, he understands it.
Yep. Yes, he does.
And so it's just amazing that it's okay. It really is. And we still have, we just had the Supreme Court is just taking a beating from the left. Mm-hmm. They just had you obviously were probably bummed that you weren't able to go to the Rage Against the Machine concert. Their first concert in 11 years.
Really upset.
Up in Wisconsin. Right. Mm-hmm. And but they had a big, where on their screen they were just, raging against the machine. Mm-hmm. And the whole video ended with abort SCOTUS in all caps.
Isn't that cute? That's adorable. Yeah. From communists, renowned communists. Right. So that really affects me when I find out that they're upset with them. Oh, no. A communist band is upset with them? Oh, geez. We hate to hear that.
It was a full house in Wisconsin.
I bet it was. First concert in 11 years?
Yeah.
Wow. A female protester recently called Thomas a swine and illegitimate pig. Now, if that was somebody on the right.
Oh, my God.
Saying that about a black man, what kind of outrage would there be? It would immediately delegitimize this protest and all of these protesters.
Everything that it touches.
Yep. Politician, media personality, and actor have called him an Uncle Tom, conservative commentator and former Republican gubernatorial candidate Larry Elder noted. He told Fox News LA that using the racial slur is outrageous. You can disagree with somebody without making a racial slur like that. It's unfair, what he's been called. Well, that's an understatement. A lot of the vitriol directed at Thomas escalated after he wrote the concurring opinion in the landmark ruling overturning Roe v. Wade. But he's just talking constitutionally. This doesn't mean that Griswold, Lawrence, and Obergefell are all going to be taken up by the Supreme Court. He's one guy. He can't make this happen by himself. But those cases involve contraception, same-sex relationships, and marriage. Justice Kavanaugh, of course, also has been a target of these activists. There was a man arrested outside his house. He was going to try to kill him. There was another threatening to kidnap or murder the federal judge. Last week, Kavanaugh was forced to exit out the back of a Morton's restaurant due to protesters who congregated inside after finding out he was there. There's some group that has, the group Shut Down DC, posted an ad stating DC service industry workers. If you see Kavanaugh, Alito, Thomas, Gorsuch, Coney Barrett, or Roberts, DM us with the details. We'll Venmo you $50 for a confirmed sighting and $200 if they're still there 30 minutes after your message. Yeah, so they can harass them inside the restaurant. Anybody who does this, posts this on social media, has got to be fired.
Yes.
By that establishment, right? I mean, that's
have to be
despicable. Thomas warned that some Americans were becoming addicted to wanting particular outcomes, not living with the outcomes we don't like. We can't be an institution that can be bullied into giving you the outcomes you want, he said. The events from earlier this week are a symptom of that. The U.S. is in danger of destroying the institutions that are required for a free society. He said you can't have a civil society, a free society, without a stable legal system. That's exactly right. And of course, Sonia Sotomayor speaks really highly of him, considers him a friend. Speaking recently at an audience at the American Constitution Society event, she described his character. She said, he's the one justice in the building that literally knows every employee's name. And not only does he know their names, he remembers their families, names, and histories. He's the first one who will go up to someone and say, is your son okay? How's your daughter doing in college? I mean, that's really cool. And that's the exact opposite of what Hillary Clinton said about him.
Yes, and it's I see that they have the big petition calling for the removal of Clarence Thomas. I think got like 1 million signatures. I mean, they're just being so berated.
Better be removed then.
Yeah,
I don't care if you got 300 million. That's not how you do it.
Well,
that's not how you do it.
Democracy.
Right. It's not. Except it's not. We're not a democracy. So you put 400 million signatures up there. Get 100 million from some other country, and it still doesn't matter.
Right. Well, I mean, we're already asking at one point, speaking of that, just as a side note, I mean, they want the UN to be able to oversee our courts, right? And our Supreme Court. How about no?
Yeah, absolutely not.
No.
Of course, that's unconstitutional. And none of the overseas rulings or theories or judgments from courts, none of that matters as far as the U.S. Supreme Court is concerned. They shouldn't take any of that into consideration.
Correct.
What's going on in some other country has nothing to do with it.
Correct.
It's what's in our Constitution, period.
And really, I mean, that's what they're supposed to do, right? I mean, it isn't about being the pulse of the nation or where people's mindset are. No, it's the Constitution.
Right. And that's it.
That's their gig.
And that's all. I mean, period. Done. So the rest of this garbage just doesn't matter. As much as they want it to. I mean, they really want it to matter.
Yes, they do.
And I remember that Ruth Bader Ginsburg spoke very highly of other countries and the way they think and feel. And she was completely wrong on that. Absolutely wrong. Let me see if I can find that. Oh, I'll bet I'm not going to find it. Oh no. That's right. That's going to be a tough one to find, too. That's probably gone forever. So,
because nobody wants you to hear that.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to hear it.
But
the physician spoke yesterday.
The physician did speak yesterday.
It's dead. We lost it.
On the 360.
We lost it. All of it. There it is.
We stopped by yesterday
and heard this sound from the monitor. There it is. Sad.
I know.
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
And then you see
some of the memories.
I know.
From
born in 1994. Worked tirelessly day after day after day.
Yep. It's gone. We lost it.
360 number one.
Mm-hmm. Gone.
Dead.
Such
Rest
a young age. What would that be? 28 then?
Nobody saw it coming. Except we kind of did.
I didn't at all until Friday. And when it started whacking out, there was no reason for that. I don't know why it happened. I honestly don't. It's
But it couldn't be resuscitated.
Treated it with love and respect and kindness the whole time. And no, just crapped out on me.
Finally, we reached a point where the doctor said that's enough. Call it.
Yep, and they called it.
They called it.
And it's over. So
it's sad.
It's really sad. Because there's, 1,000 sound bites gone. Just gone. Bye-bye. And every time I think, I got it. Oh, yeah, it's gone. That's in the other one. And then you start looking around for them on the internet, and a lot of that stuff's gone. It's just been taken off.
Yeah.
Deleted. Either because it's inconvenient for somebody or who knows why. Who knows the reason. I don't know. But a lot of it's not there anymore. 888-900-3393. Let me tell you about real estate agents I trust. Selling your home is challenging. That's why you need a really good realtor, a really good real estate agent who's going to come in and help take charge. If that's what you want for them to do, because you don't know the ins and outs of selling a home. At least I don't. Maybe you do. But these agents are the ones who really have it down because they work with people all the time. They've had success. They've got great track records. They're fans of the show, so you're going to have things in common with your realtor. And if you need your house repainted or the tile work done or the countertops replaced, whatever. That's the kind of service, though, and advice you're looking for in a real estate agent. Real estate agents I trust. This is Glenn's company, so when you have the kind of agents who work with us working for you, you can rest assured you're going to be in the hands of a really capable team. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
Okay, so President Biden's approval rating, just 18 months into his presidency, is lower than any president in more than 75 years, according to 538. His approval rating, which has dropped now to an average 38.4%. It's lower than that in many polls. It's historically lower than any other modern-day president, with the exception of Harry Truman's second year in office. That surprises me. It's weird that Truman was that disliked, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I don't understand that.
I don't either. But apparently, in 1946, his approval rating was 33%. Wow. Biden's approval rating is worse than the following presidents at the same stage. Donald Trump, who was at 42%. Barack Obama. George W. Bush was at 67%. Wow. Bill Clinton, 46. George H.W., 63.2%. Ronald Reagan, 44. Jimmy Carter, 42. Gerald Ford, 44.3. Richard Nixon, 54.1. Lyndon.
Those are different. These are all different times.
Yes, so. Right, exactly. Lyndon Johnson, 64. John F. Kennedy, 69. And Dwight Eisenhower, 69.9, almost 70%. Wow.
Yeah, he was a superstar, and they talked to him once in a while on the golf course. That was it. We're good.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, we're fine.
According to Civics, Biden's approval rating on Saturday sank to a historic low of 29%. According to Gallup, only 5 presidents have descended into the 20s over the length of their presidency. Those include Harry Truman at 22%.
They did not like Truman, man.
Really weird. I think history has kind of seen him in a much, much better light. Richard Nixon was at 24%. Jimmy Carter, 28%. H.W., 29%. George W. Bush, 25%.
Oof.
Wow. So his approval rating has steadily dropped due to a number of factors, they say. His poll numbers began to decline in August when the Afghanistan withdrawal left possibly thousands of Americans stranded behind enemy lines.
We can't forget about that either.
Nope. No.
Embarrassing.
Then, of course, you got the 40-year high inflation, record high gas prices. he's a disaster.
Yeah, but that's
on every front. The
not even
border,
his fault.
The border is none of it's his fault.
Not even his fault.
You're right.
Pat, I don't know why people are thinking they're blaming him when it's not his fault.
I don't either. Because he said, if I'm not mistaken, back in 2020, before he won the election, that he was going to be a stand-up guy and take responsibility for everything.
Absolutely.
I know what the job takes. I've sat for hundreds of hours in the Situation Room.
Okay.
For 8 years, I was vice president in every major decision. I know how difficult the job is.
Right.
And one more thing I'll do.
Okay.
I'll take responsibility.
Oh.
I'll acknowledge my mistakes when I make them. And I'll level with the American people.
Really? He'll take responsibility. Wow. He'll admit his mistakes when he makes them. Well, here's an example of that.
That is a consequence of, thus far, the refusal of Russia or the OPEC nations to pump more oil. The significant reason why prices are up.
But what about?
Is because of COVID affecting the supply chain.
COVID, okay.
Current spike in gas prices is largely the fault of Vladimir Putin. Putin's price hikes at the pump. Putin's price hike here at home. Gas didn't cause this problem. Vladimir Putin did. It was the previous administrations whose reckless policies and mismanagement led to the record budget deficits.
Is that amazing? Not once has he taken responsibility for anything.
Also, there's 3 tweets from the President Biden Twitter account from 2020.
Yeah.
Where it's hard to believe this has to be said, but unlike Donald Trump, I'll do my job and take responsibility. I won't blame others, and I'll never forget that the job isn't about me. It's about you. What was it? What did you play there?
It's been the exact opposite of that.
That is a consequence of, thus far, the refusal of Russia or the OPEC nations to pump more oil.
Okay. Because in another tweet he said, the president needs to stop blaming others and do his job. What was?
I'm sorry. It seems like he blamed Putin for everything.
Oh. And then there was another one.
Yeah.
He continues. Here's my promise to you. If I'm elected president, I will always choose to unite rather than divide. I'll take responsibility.
My gosh.
Instead of blaming others. I'll never forget that the job isn't about me. It's about you.
That is unbelievable. To look back, see those tweets, hear his words, and then see what he's done since. The exact opposite. He has not once taken responsibility for anything. He blames everybody else.
Not even close.
COVID, Putin, Trump, the weather. The sun was in my eyes. Nothing has been his fault.
Not one thing.
Name one thing, if you can, that he has taken responsibility for. A serious issue that went bad that he took responsibility for. Well, maybe Afghanistan, because he said he did it really well. Maybe he took responsibility for that because the whole time he said that couldn't have been done any better.
That's true.
We did that better than it could be done by anybody else.
He was told by all the generals that was the only way to do it, so that's the way we did it.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And then all the generals denied that. So I don't know. That's it's just amazing. It's just amazing. I had forgotten that he said so many times he was going to take responsibility. Because, wow, nothing could be further from the truth.
No kidding. I mean, when you hear that clip where he's blaming everybody other than himself, it's incredible.
It is.
That is a consequence of thus far,
the
refusal of Russia or the OPEC nations to pump more oil. The significant reason why prices are up is because of COVID affecting the supply chain. The current spike in gas prices is largely the fault of Vladimir Putin. Putin's price hikes at the pump. Putin's price hike here at home. Gas didn't cause this problem. Vladimir Putin did.
Oh, wow.
It was the previous administrations whose reckless policies and mismanagement led to the record budget deficits.
I mean, that's crazy. That's just incredible.
Stop blaming others.
Yeah.
And do his job.
Right.
That's what the president needs to do.
Admit your mistakes. take responsibility. He also said at one point that the buck stops with him.
Ugh.
Wow. Not once, not ever.
Ugh.
Has
Never.
the buck ever stopped with him. That is crazy.
Never.
New York Times poll shows him at 33% approval rating. New York Times. So you can't say, well, that is one of those polls that's always in favor of Republicans. No, New York Times. New York Times Siena College poll. Incredible. His 33% approval rating compared to the disapproval of 60%. 60 to 33%. Wow. And then, of course, you've got the 7%. I don't know. The Jeffy's out there. I don't know.
I don't know.
45% strongly disapprove of Hunter's dad. When the far left New York Times releases a poll showing your rating is 33%, it might be time to just, resign. Take a page from the British and the Israelis and just about everybody in Europe. When you get a bad disapproval rating, you say, yeah, I gotta go.
I gotta
go.
I mean, we found out yesterday that apparently, and we did not know this, that it was possible to terminate a presidency by going to Indiana if you're 10 years old. So, I mean, I would say that, let's continue.
Right.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I mean, we said.
Well, he himself said it was possible.
Right.
So I assume it is. I assume it is.
Okay with that.
And only 32% of Hispanics approve of the job that Joe Biden is doing. 63% disapprove. He's 31 percentage points underwater with Hispanics.
It's going to get worse after yesterday.
Yes, it is. Oh,
Thanks
my gosh.
to Jill.
We'll get to that in just a second. 62% of black voters approve of the job he's doing. 29% disapprove. This is black voters. They're always in the 90s approving of the Democrat. Not right now.
No.
His approval with Democrats should be probably 85 or 90% or better. It's just 70% in this New York Times poll. I think it was 63% in the poll we talked about yesterday, right? The civics poll. The worst news is that only 29% of Democrats want him to run for re-election. 29%.
And those, I bet you, are just the people that don't want to be seen saying they don't want him to run.
Yeah, probably.
I feel like that number is maybe for real, maybe 5%.
And I think they figure, who else is there?
Who else is there?
He's the incumbent. He's got the best chance, and they don't want Kamala. And they can't, they think of that field they had with 18 or 19 candidates last time, and they think, I don't want any of those. I don't want any of those. And we proved that to you by discarding them all for this freaking guy who's cognitively dead, who's brain dead. And that's who they chose. Oh, okay. So I don't think they believe they have an alternative, really.
I don't know who it would be.
We've
it'd
be Gavin
a little
Newsom.
bit about it. Yeah, I mean, he's the new golden boy, right?
Yeah, I think it's Gavin Newsom.
Oof.
Not good.
Oof.
Not good.
No.
I mean, he's an absolute nightmare. He's an extremist. Look what he's done to California. California, for the first time in history, lost more residents than they gained. They had a net loss in population for the first time since like 1849 or something. It's amazing. Yeah. It happened. I mean, it's a great state. You got to really try to screw up California. You really do. They've got the weather. They've got venues. They've got the resources. They have the minerals. They have the growing season. They have everything. What don't you have in California? And you can't make that work? Well, then you suck pretty bad. And I'd like you not to do that to the whole nation.
And he does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. All right. We'll be right back with what Jill had to say to Hispanics yesterday. Oh, they love her. Love her.
Pat Gray. Pat Gray.
Finding out all kinds of things that Putin's responsible for. Price hikes and other stuff. Geez.
Whatever is wrong.
Yeah, it's Putin.
Whatever is clouding your judgment throughout the day.
Vladimir
Putin.
F. Putin. Vladimir effing Putin. That's who it is. That's whose fault it is. Right there. We got some tweets here. Jimmy Dimples tweets, Rage Against the Machine, they're still around? We spit on your money-grubbing capitalist ways. Now pay up for our concert tickets.
Yep.
Yeah, love that. Squatching Duck in Memoriam. 360 soundboard. Poked to Death 2022. Yellow Sticker Bandit tweets, I'm saddened by Mr. 360's death, but I'm glad his days of having to play Biden clips and Kamala cackles are behind him. Rest in peace, Mr. 360. You made the ultimate sacrifice for our entertainment.
Yeah,
Sure did.
I don't know. It's been a sad couple of days. I mean, we lost the 360.
Yeah.
Larry Storch died.
Larry Storch?
I don't know.
From McHale's Navy? Is that what he was? F Troop. Okay. All right.
He was 99 and a half.
Was he? 99 and a half.
Yeah.
Well, he'd have to be because, I mean, those shows that he was on were a long time ago.
He was on a bunch of shows, though, throughout the 70s and stuff, so it was really funny. Then they made somebody sent me an episode of Married with Children where they made where Al was like the superstar fan of Larry Storch. And Larry Storch was on the episode. It was really funny.
I bet it was.
It was really funny.
I'll bet it was.
And so anyway, Larry Storch died. I mean, the guy was, at the time, right? I mean, he came into Hollywood with Don Adams. Get Smart guy. He and Don Adams were friends, and he served in the Navy with Tony Curtis. So, I mean, all those guys were amazing how those Hollywood guys all served in the military.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
Served in the military.
And you didn't hear the anti-American stuff from them at the time either.
Except for the other communists in Hollywood, but that's it.
Well,
that's
other than that.
Yeah, just the writers, the producers.
That's right. Some of the actors.
You never heard the anti-American stuff. We just put it in the movies.
From Sarcasm, or Chasm. To be fair, Pat, he probably, meaning Biden, probably forgot that he would take responsibility. He probably did because he's brain dead now. So yeah. From Rest in Peace 360, Biden, as president, I'll take responsibility for everything that goes well. I suppose that's why he hasn't taken responsibility for anything thus far.
No kidding.
Yeah, nothing has gone well. I mean, name the thing that has gone well for him. They would say jobs, because jobs. Yeah, you shut down all the jobs during the pandemic. Of course, jobs have come back.
Right.
We're responsible for creating 7.9 million jobs. Really? Okay. Yeah, that's because about 10 or 12 or 15 million jobs shut down during the pandemic.
And how many jobs have you thrown into the dustbin of history with your hatred of fossil fuels?
Oh, so many. So many. And we could have avoided the whole problem that we're having at the gas pump right now by continuing to pump and bringing the pipeline online. And
he's leaving today to go to Saudi Arabia to beg
for more.
Oil. I mean, it's incredible. Well, and
it is incredible.
I mean, we have. I thought we were supposed to be friends with our Canadian brethren. We just tell them take a hike. We don't need your oil. Have a nice day. That's because we get it delivered, through some nasty pipeline. No, we don't want that.
It drives me out of my mind.
It's amazing.
Speaking of which, Jill went to a Hispanic function yesterday.
Yeah, down in San Antonio.
And she charmed them like she always does. Boy, do they love her. They love her.
They do. She was there speaking on the, I think she was there because of the national, I forget what, the Unidos U.S. Annual Conference.
Okay. And Unidos is what? I don't know what Unidos is.
The big.
All right.
It's a big function.
Okay.
A big Latin. I don't know. Let's find out what that is.
Let's find out.
Making a joke about Unidos.
Anyway, she was there, and imagine in your mind's eye for a moment if this was Melania Trump, what would the response be today? I mean, nobody's talking about this but us and other conservatives. But she is terrible, and they did not like her. Listen to this.
But we can't get those things on our own. Raul helped build this organization with the understanding that the diversity of this community, as distinct as the Bogotas of the Bronx, as
pause it for a
as
second.
The blossoms of
Wait. As the Bogotas of the Bronx?
How many times?
Come on!
How many times?
Come on!
How many times?
And bodegas have been in the news
For the past week and a half, all bodega this,
every
bodega that.
day,
It's
all
never
day.
ending.
Because we had the killing of the guy who attacked the
Yes.
bodega owner, or
And
I
the
guess
arrest
it was
of the shop owner and the
Yeah.
whole story behind it. I mean, bodegas have
And
been
then
in the news. We've been talking about what's a bodega, what is it?
bodegas. Oh, these people are idiots. They seriously are just butt stupid. Wow. All right.
Now,
and there was more.
Dr. Jill did continue after,
She did.
after Bogotas.
this community,
Wow.
as distinct as the Bogotas of the Bronx,
Gotta be kidding.
as
Seriously?
beautiful as the blossoms of Miami,
Uh-huh.
and as unique
Oh, wait.
as the
Tacos?
breakfast tacos here in San Antonio,
What?
is your strength.
What are the
As unique as the breakfast tacos here in San Antonio. Okay, wait. What do you even mean by that?
I mean,
Let's set aside the racism for a
just
second.
a second.
Are breakfast tacos that unique? Not in
To
San
San
Antonio,
Antonio.
really. They're not. I mean, we have breakfast tacos all over the place down here.
I'm pretty sure there are breakfast tacos all over.
Yeah, they're not unique. So you're saying they're not unique? Is that what you're saying? They're not diverse. They're not unique. I don't understand. I don't get it.
I don't know either.
And neither did they. They
did not.
not like it.
And she was there. Unidos U.S. is a Latino civil rights advocacy group.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course
That's
it is.
what she was
Thank
there
you.
speaking on.
Good.
All right. And the National Association of Hispanic Journalists, the NAHJ, were a little unhappy
Right?
with Jill.
Yeah, they said, we're not tacos.
The remark was culturally inappropriate. We are not tacos.
That's great.
Avocados from Mexico.
So she also, did she call them Latinx too? Did she use that phrase?
I don't know. I don't. Maybe she.
I might be conflating this with something else, but I think she said something about Latinx, which they never. There's like 2% of Hispanics that refer to themselves as Latinx.
I think she did say it in her speech. It's not that. It's not in the portion that she talks about Bogotas and
Bogotas.
and breakfast tacos in San Antonio.
Unreal.
Plus, I'm not sure. I lived in Florida a long time. I'm not really sure. I got to look it up. I'm not sure what the blossoms of Miami are. Because she says like the blossoms of Miami.
Mm-hmm.
As distinct as the Bogotas of the Bronx,
It's really
as
bad.
beautiful as the blossoms of
I
Miami,
guess orange blossoms.
and as unique as the breakfast tacos here in San Antonio,
She's a doctor.
Yeah.
is your
And
strength.
she thinks she's charming, and she's just not.
Not at all.
She's not even
Not at
close
all.
to charming. And you can't get away with that kind of line when you're not charming. And she isn't. And again, if that had been Melania saying that,
Oh my God.
that's all the left would be talking about today. What a racist she is, how out of touch she is.
Yeah.
And if she would have mispronounced bodegas like Jill did, and it's not the first time Jill has screwed things up in the Hispanic community. Remember
Really?
this?
So say it with me. Si se puede. The future is ours. Thank you.
Broadway! The future is ours! And it also makes it sound like she thinks si se puede means the future is ours
Yes.
instead of yes, we can. Doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
So
Yes, it does.
I think she screwed up on multiple fronts there. This is
So
embarrassing.
say it with me.
Si se puede!
The future is ours. Thank you.
Yeah.
The
It does.
worst.
It does. It's like she has the wrong definition of it. in
She
her
has the
head.
wrong definition,
Yeah.
and she can't pronounce it.
Now she may have heard it pronounced that way at a Bogota.
When? At a boat. Okay.
One of the Bogotas, one of the 13,000 Bogotas in New York. That's all. You never know.
I mean, how many times have you heard si se puede? How could you mispronounce that? How could you not know how to pronounce that? Where have you been?
Plus, I mean,
jeez.
We're supposed to believe that she's a doctor.
Yeah,
and does she not have? I mean, she must have the same kind of handlers that Kamala has, right? That they give her the stuff, and she's smarter than everyone, so she's got it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, don't tell me. I already know. Yeah, get out of my face.
Right.
Bet you're right. She's too much of a know-it-all.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever. Go out there and pronounce it Podway if you want. I don't care. Bodegas.
You need me to pick you up a drink at the Bodega, or are you really okay?
Jeez. Amazing. And again, you can't overemphasize the fact that if this was the Trump family, holy cow, I mean, they would be all over them. And you won't get a single mention on CNN or MSNBC. Not a mention. I guarantee it.
You want to talk about if it were Trump or Trump's family. I mean, some of the videos being released from Hunter's phone.
Oh, my.
I don't know that we need to. There's some that we don't need to air.
Yeah.
But, I mean, just the one alone where he's weighing crack with his hooker partner.
Yeah, but this was legal crack and a legal hooker, I believe, right?
I'm sorry, where he was weighing a substance with a female.
No, it was crack, but it was legal.
Okay.
It was just a legal amount of crack in a place where it's legal to have crack.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Because otherwise, people would be upset by that.
That was
wouldn't they?
Junior.
Oh my gosh! If that was Donald Jr., yeah. Come on, please. There'd be a firestorm right now.
Absolutely, man.
All right, let me tell you about to free speech, religious liberty, Second Amendment. Across the country, your constitutional rights are under constant attack, and it's getting worse by the day. That's why I support Patriot Mobile. They're not just America's only Christian conservative cell phone provider. They're one of the few companies that are actually fighting back. You're not going to hear about an ESG score with Patriot Mobile. None of that nonsense. They offer the same nationwide coverage as the major carriers, so you get the same great service. Plus, you get the peace of mind that your money is combating the left's attempt to silence you. They have plans to fit any budget, and their 100% U.S.-based customer support team provides exceptional customer support. Patriot Mobile, they share your values. They're fighting for religious freedom, for constitutional rights, for the sanctity of life, and our veteran and first responder heroes. So go to patriotmobile.com/Pat. Get signed up or call 972-PATRIOT. You'll get free activation when you use the offer code PAT. patriotmobile.com/Pat or 972-PATRIOT.
Pat Gray returns.
Yep. Speaking of that, of the phone messages, they're probably gleaning even more interesting things from the phone than they did from the computer. One of which is the report that says, and I don't know if it's entirely accurate.
Some of the stuff that's being released, I question.
Do you? Do you question the...
Not the videos,
the
obviously.
The
videos are him,
Peter.
Yeah, I don't know about
reference?
that or his reference to, although what he said about Jill, it's tough to disagree with.
Ooh. Yeah, I forget what that was. It was something about her being the C word.
Yeah.
Yow.
I mean, Joe knows that. I mean, we all know.
Sure.
Joe even remembers that. Even to this day,
that.
Joe remembers that. Like, that's Jill.
Well, she is nasty. She's just stinking nasty. I can't take it with her. But whether or not Hunter Biden had a reference to pedo Peter in referring to his dad,
right?
And that's how he referred to him in his phone in his phone list. I don't know. Take that with a grain of salt. It's being reported on 4chan?
Yeah, and they've been releasing these videos. The one video, I think we have the one video of him on the beach, and he's out working out and he's breathing heavy. It's almost like a Mel Gibson video.
Hunter?
Yeah.
All right, we have that?
I don't know. We did yesterday, and I don't know if they have it loaded for today or not. But he says at the end of that video, 3 days clean. Oh, yeah.
She just asked if I wanted to take a walk.
I'm not sure who she is.
Oh, my God.
He's half naked here. He's just got the jacket on. Because the earlier videos, he strips down.
Oh, good.
He strips down to being completely naked.
Why?
To go swimming.
Why? Oh, of course.
Where are you going?
Why? You going to jump in with your clothes on, Pat?
No.
Okay.
This is bizarre.
Really bizarre. And then,
that was a good video.
He takes a walk and goes into. You see him walking back up to the house, and he gets in there and he goes 3 days clean. And I thought, okay, because the other videos that we have, yeah, here you go. He walks 3 days clean.
Why don't you 3 days clean?
Yeah.
Why don't you sit down there for a minute, Hunter? Seems like
because it looks like they're at the same. You know, the videos from obviously the same phone is where he's, with his female companion, and they are doing what little legal crack they have. One time he's on a scale. There's quite a bit on a scale. They're arguing over how much it weighs, with or without the bag. They show him in the shower smoking with his crack pipe.
Jeez.
I mean,
wow.
This
guy's a real piece of work.
He's a wreck, man.
Yeah, no kidding. Absolutely. And again, if this were the Trump family, forget about it.
He's the smartest man our president has ever known.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, jeez, if that's true, you got to get out and meet some people, Joe. Seriously. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Welcome to it. And so say it with me.
I will. Seize Broadway.
The future is ours. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, good.
With me now.
Seize Broadway.
She's great.
Oh.
She's great.
Oh, man. Did you say a mouthful right there? She is great. Great was the word I was groping for.
That's what
too.
I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I love her.
Oh.
I love her.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't is my question to you, Jeffy. All right. So we have apparently a couple of things from Joe yesterday.
Yes.
He was reacting to the assassination of Shinzo Abe, and here's what he had to say.
Mr. President, what does Prime Minister Abe's death last night say
Just
about
a couple
the
days ago?
situation in Japan? And can you give us an update on your thinking about lifting China tariffs, please?
Let me. I tried to put a call in to the present Prime Minister.
Okay, because this is what he was so late. Remember, he never responded.
He was very late there at night. I'll be talking there in the morning. I'm going to be stopping to sign the condolence book at the Japanese embassy on the way to the CIA.
What?
Okay,
what was that? Pause that for a second.
He's gonna
what?
He spoke later. That day. Okay. Friday, I think it was. Where at the CIA, which was another great moment in our lives. But he's going to stop off at the Japanese embassy and sign the condolence book.
Okay. Yeah. Well, good.
I mean, that says a lot.
That does say a lot.
If
Are you going to do that?
If I was in town, I would.
Wow, that's crazy. You're going to really? You're going to stop by and sign the condolence book? I bet that means a lot to the Japanese people. Doesn't it? I'll bet that means everything to them.
If there was a Japanese embassy here in Dallas, and there very well maybe, I don't know, I should have stopped in and signed it.
You should have. You should have. I did. I stopped in and signed it. Yeah.
So there is one.
I took the president's lead and stopped in and signed it.
Okay,
so that was kind of cool. But he had more to say, if you can believe it.
This hasn't happened in Japan in decades and decades. I'm told we'll go way back to the late 30s, mid-30s.
Okay.
And it's a homemade weapon. I've only seen
Pause
a
it for a
photograph
second.
of it.
He's saying that because nobody has this problem but us.
Right.
Right? Nobody has problems with guns but the United States of America.
Right.
And then suddenly, Japan has no guns. I mean, like, you can't get one. It's almost impossible. On Friday, I believe it was, Stu read the regulations in Japan. The hoops that you have to jump through in order to get a gun, it's virtually impossible. You just can't get one. And so it doesn't happen there, right?
It does when you have a ghost cannon made.
When you have a ghost cannon, yeah, it happens. And it did happen. And now they have to explain the fact that it happened in Japan where they have no guns.
Right.
Oh, man. Not only that, but have you heard anybody talking about South Africa? Not a soul. It was either yesterday or the day before. A couple days ago, they had a mass shooting of 15 people in a tavern that were murdered in a tavern through gun violence. And in a separate section of town, both in Johannesburg, South Africa, another tavern, 4 others were murdered in a separate incident.
Getting to be Chicago.
19 people in mass shootings in one day. But it doesn't happen anywhere but America. Well, okay, in South Africa. And Norway. And France. Okay, and Japan. And it happens all over the world. Okay? So stop with this nonsense. What else did he have to say?
The Justice Department is going to be going in and giving me more detail later as they find out the detail. But the fact is that one thing did get my attention.
What was that?
That this is the first use of a weapon to murder someone in Japan.
Pause it for a second. Not the fact that probably the best prime minister in Japan's history was just murdered.
Yeah.
That's not what struck him. What struck him was this is a first for gun violence in Japan. These people are the worst. They are the worst human beings on the planet. It's always their agenda. It is always what they're trying to accomplish here with manipulating the American people. And that's what they're trying to do here. They're trying to manipulate us into believing that we're so bad here,
right,
and we're so out of the ordinary that we've got to have our guns taken from us. That's the agenda, and that's all they'll talk about, and they don't care what happened to anybody else, just their agenda. He doesn't give a rat's ass about Shinzo Abe. He doesn't care. He couldn't care less. He couldn't care less, and it's quite obvious here.
Absolutely. And plus,
the only thing he cares about is his agenda.
Shinzo was buds with Trump, so there's no way.
No way he cares. Yeah, he does not care. Let's see if we can get through this.
And I think we have thus far have 3,000, I won't hold me to the number, 688
what?
Between 3,000 and 4,000 cases.
Of what?
And one.
What?
One.
One.
But we're going to
Pause
learn
it.
more.
We have 3,000 cases of what?
We got to back that up a little bit because don't hold me to the number 688, 600. There's numbers again. He has no idea.
No idea. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He has no idea. He's just trying to push his agenda, but he doesn't know any of the facts around it. None. 6,000. 3,688 to 1. One.
Don't hold me to that.
In what? What are you talking about? Are you talking about assassinations? Are you talking about mass shootings? Are you talking about gun deaths in a year, a month, a week, this year? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Let's see. He obviously doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
See if we can figure it out.
All right.
Between 3,000 and 4,000 cases. They have one. And so,
I despise this guy. I can't.
About as time goes on, about motive, about the whole
motive.
But Japan, Fumio, the present prime minister, is a very solid guy.
He didn't know his name.
Japan
Pause it.
is a
He did not know the freaking guy's name. This is unbelievable.
Well, this is probably.
And he's not held accountable. It just happened.
It just
okay,
happened.
you can't name the
no,
Japanese prime minister.
I mean,
really? Let's
remember.
go back like 20 seconds, and let's hear this again.
I would like to have to go back, and I want to hear the. Don't hold me to that number too.
Yeah,
I want to hear
go
the
back.
3,000.
All right, let's do it.
688. Don't hold me to that.
And he has no idea who the Japanese prime minister is.
And then after the 111, he has no idea who.
I won't hold me to the number 688
688
between 3,000 and 4,000 cases.
Pause it.
They've won.
Wait. Okay, so it's 688, or it's between 3,000 and 4,000.
Don't hold me that number though.
Which one? The 688 or the 3,000 and 4,000? And in what time frame are you talking about? This is just the worst. All right. Yeah, let her roll.
In Japan. And I think we have thus far 3,000, I won't hold me to the number, 688 between 3,000 and 4,000 cases. They've won. One. And so we're going to learn more about, as time goes on, about motive, about the whole. But Japan, Fumio, the present prime minister.
Okay, he had no idea. Pause it for a sec. Then we're going to learn more about the whole. But anyway, I was talking to the present prime minister. He doesn't know it's Fumio Kishida. He doesn't know that. He has no freaking idea. Is it over now? Is that all he had to say?
Japan is a very, very stable ally. And
I don't know his name, but
I do not believe it's likely to have, but I don't know yet, likely to have any profound destabilizing impact on Japanese security or Japanese solidarity. Thank you all so very much.
China tariffs as well, sir. Can you just give us your thoughts on lifting China tariffs?
I haven't made that decision.
Would you recommend women stop using apps that track their health?
And he shuffles out.
Yeah, and he shuffles out. Yeah.
He had nothing to say about Shinzo Abe. Nothing.
No, not a
thing.
No, it wasn't a thing.
Not a thing. It was his own freaking agenda. Then he tried to shift to the new guy whose name he doesn't know.
Right.
Then he shuffles out the door. After giving stats, he had no idea what he was saying either. He had no idea. Numbers again, can't do them. No idea. He can't do it.
Yesterday, he was speaking.
And Marjorie Stoneman Douglas?
Yes.
This is going to be good.
He was great.
This is going to be good.
He was great.
Yeah, he'll be powerful right
Marjorie
here.
Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, 1918. 17 dead, 17 injured.
I'm sorry, in 1918 that happened? That was
Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, 1918. 17 dead, 17 injured.
The hell is he What?
No. I don't know.
Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in 1918, 1718 died. What? Run that by one more time. See if we can make heads or tails out of it. Seriously.
Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, 1918. 17 dead, 17 injured.
17 dead, 17 injured in 1918. Really?
I wonder if that's when
I don't remember that one.
I wonder if that's when the school was founded. I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know where you get the. I don't know. No, it was founded in 1990, so it can't be that.
Okay, it's not that.
Can't be that. I don't know where he got 1918 from. I mean, maybe he doesn't either.
He can't. He just can't. He just can't recite numbers. You know, it was probably he was reading the number of kids killed.
Oh yes,
and turned it into 1918.
And then he moved on to the.
So maybe it was supposed to be 19 killed, 18 wounded? I don't know. I don't remember the exact numbers.
I don't either.
Add Marjorie Stoneman Douglas. I'm sure we could look it up very quickly and find out. But I'll bet it was the numbers of casualties. And he turned it into the year it happened. What a stupid moron he is. Oh, my gosh. Could you be any worse? Seriously? Could there be a worse president than this guy. If so, I can't imagine it. I seriously can't imagine it. He is certainly the worst of my lifetime, and I believe the worst president of all time.
According to this, it was 17 and 17. 17 killed, 17 injured. So it would have been 17-17.
So I have no idea what the 1918 is. So I can't help him. Can't help you on that one, Mr. President. Can't help you.
He later went on to tell us that he was not talking about taking away the Second Amendment, right?
Did he?
Because he's a huge
he's a supporter. Are you kidding me?
Of the Second Amendment.
Oh, he loves the Second Amendment. They all do. They all love and cherish the Second Amendment.
He has it tattooed on right on his chest.
Well, look, I have guns myself in my own house. I share them with my son Hunter. And we have guns. I have a shotgun and some other guns with bullets in them that I use for hunting. And then I tell Jill, if anybody comes here to, hurt you, I don't know why anybody would come anywhere near you, but if they do, get a shotgun and go out on the porch and fire off 2 shots, and they'll leave.
Yeah,
they'll leave.
Just shoot your weapon at nothing out the porch. Don't worry about it.
That's what I tell Jill. So he tried to pander, and he did talk about the Second Amendment, how much he loves it. And surely, I mean, he doesn't want anything to happen to the Second Amendment.
Of course not.
He's
None
just
of
trying.
what I'm talking about infringes on anyone's Second Amendment rights.
Right.
I've said it many times. I support the Second Amendment.
Oh, of course you do.
Guns are the number one killer of children in the United States of America. Let me say it again. Guns are the number one killer of children in the United States.
Repeat the line. Repeat the line.
He finally remembered a fact.
Yeah.
That he was trying to get to the other day.
Right.
Where he screwed up when he was talking about Abe there. Because the number one killer of children just surpassed automobile deaths with weapons, with guns.
Really?
Yeah, in 2020.
Children up to what age?
I think
17, and it includes suicide?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of a bogus number,
yes.
Really.
Well, yes. Plus, it overtook in a year when people weren't traveling, right, in 2020.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So,
yes.
I mean, I know that, we were in a lockdown, and plus you had, you can talk about all the mental health issues.
But those are separate issues. That's not a gun issue. The suicide thing, that's a mental health issue. Okay? You cannot blame that on the gun because they're going to find a way, one way or another, if they're in that position. All right. Let me tell you about Rough Greens. You love your dog. You want the best for your dog, and that's why there is Rough Greens. Because when you feed your dog the dry kibble dog food, they're not getting the best. They're just getting stuff that fills up their stomach. They're not getting the vitamins and minerals and the probiotics and antioxidants and all of that because it's all burned out in the process of sterilizing that food so that it lasts up to 3 years on the store shelf. But Rough Greens will put back all of those nutrients that your dog is missing out on. And they love it. Dogs go crazy for this stuff. Now, you want to find out if yours is going to be in that category or like Keith's dog, who didn't, I guess Keith's dog turned up his nose up to it. But most dogs really love this stuff. Mine does. Glenn's do. Stu's dogs all love it. You want to find out if yours does. So Rough Greens wants to send you a free bag to try out for a couple of days. All you have to pay is the shipping. So just go to roughgreens.com, ruffgreens.com/Pat, roughgreens.com/Pat, or call 833-ROUGH-DOG.
Pat Gray Unleashed. Pat Gray.
Got some tweets here. Jeffy's unique breakfast tacos tweets. It sure seems like Jill and Kamala talk down to different minority groups as if they're little children. They sound so butt stupid and embarrassing. Indeed.
Yes.
The Tyler Morgan Show. Nothing says uniting and of the people like a rich, overeducated white woman telling all Hispanic people they're a bunch of tacos. When you put it that way, it sounds really bad.
She didn't call them a bunch of tacos. She just said they're just unique.
They're unique, like a bunch
breakfast
of breakfast
tacos in San Antonio.
Of the Bronx, as beautiful as the blossoms of Miami, and as unique as the breakfast tacos here in San Antonio.
Here in San Antonio. She's being local and relatable.
Right. Just like the Bogadas.
Just like the Bogadas. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about in Brooklyn. Just like those. Okay? That's all I meant.
This is terrible.
Terrible. From Swank Think, they really need to stop allowing the Bidens to speak to minority groups. Joe's out there playing Despacito on his phone.
Ago, where he came out dancing.
And telling black people they ain't black. Jill's making up Spanish words and calling them tacos. Just ridiculous. From I'm a Lickin' Butter. Is Jill a graduate of the Hillary Clinton School of Charm? Probably. Yeah, she sure seems like it. She absolutely
nobody can be as good as Hillary, though.
Like it. Oh, Hillary.
Hillary is a front runner on that. Well, that's why she started the school, I guess.
Yeah. The School of Charm?
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, you talk about a charming person.
That's what I'm saying.
Oof. She is terrific.
Oof. Yeah.
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 Absolutely fantastic. All right. So, Biden revealed the first image from NASA's new space telescope. Did he?
Well, they were talking.
Didn't release that, did he?
No, NASA is releasing later today.
That's not Biden deal. That's not.
But he was part of the the press conference with Bill Nelson.
Oh, he was.
And,
I didn't. No, okay.
And, it was all of that.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm interested in these though. This is from the telescope that they sent out 1 million miles from Earth. Right? It's the James Webb telescope.
We're getting the pictures back. They released a couple early. I thought we'd cover it on Overtime today.
Okay. And so we
look
shall.
At the pictures and talk about space. There's some other space.
But let's show the first image. Let's show that new space telescope. Do we have the image of that from the?
We should. Well, that's the difference. The shot that they released early.
Okay, so the James Webb shows a much brighter picture than the Hubble does.
No doubt about that.
Wow, that's interesting. And they said it was going to. Right, because it's much updated and it's the latest tech.
It's like
and it's 1 million miles from Earth.
It's like the iPhone 50 or something that they're taking.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, that's what it is.
All right.
That's a good way to look at it.
Well, before I know we only have a couple of minutes, so we'll just do this story. This is kind of like a Russian dash cam video. This footage of an avalanche in one of the stands. There were 9 people, 9 Brits and 1 American on this guided tour in the Taishan Mountains. And this guy records an avalanche coming. Only he doesn't realize, how close he is to what's happening.
No, because it looks like he's really far away from it.
Right. And they were walking up this trail. You see the trail off to the left.
You're
there.
thinking, oh, wow, that's cool. Look at that thing coming down.
Oh, boy.
And then you're like,
boy.
Wait.
Oh, boy.
Hold it.
Oh, wait, what's going on?
That's a bigger avalanche than I thought.
It's still coming. Oh, boy. And then he realizes, holy crap. He starts saying some bad words. And realizing that it doesn't look like it's going to stop.
That doesn't look like it's going to stop.
That's because it's not.
I think I'd be moving to higher ground.
Well, there's no higher ground to go.
Oh, my gosh. So it got to him.
It got to him. It buried him. He got behind those big boulders there, and it buried him. And he said he had a tough time. At one point, he thought it was over.
Really?
Yeah, at one point he thought it was over.
Was it worth getting the shot there? Because
it is
that
now.
was a cool shot.
It is now because he's alive.
Wow. We were just watching the first Lord of the Rings last night, where they're traveling obviously with the Fellowship of the Rings, and they're on that mountain side, and the avalanche comes down on them, and I'm like, okay. An avalanche comes down on you like that, and everybody's fine. We're okay.
It's all good.
We're all right. Yeah, that not likely.
Probably not.
You're all dead.
Happen.
You're all probably dead right there.
His group was farther away, and they figured that if they had continued to hike another 5 minutes or so, because they stopped. So the one lady hurt her knee or something, so they had stopped, and that saved
Wow.
their lives.
Wow. So did he dig himself out, or did they have to come dig him out?
He was out.
He was out.
finally got out. It was like once it stopped, he was like, I'm okay. I can still breathe barely, and he dug himself out.
Wow. Amazing. All right, 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Making the apocalypse fun since 2017. It's Pat Gray Unleashed.
That is
on
true.
The Blaze.
And you're welcome. Let's see. Jeffy's Breakfast Tacos tweets, Biden was an ass to the father of the girl in the Parkland shooting. We have that, right? We have.
Yeah, we can play it. We have the Biden.
Let me finish his
protester.
His tweet, though, before we get to that, because it's important to know.
Well, you started it out.
Biden is just an ass.
Start again.
Biden is just an ass, period. Not joking. So I had to let you know that Devin is not joking here. Like Biden always does.
I appreciate it, but you started off wrong.
I did? In what way?
Because it's not Jeffy's Breakfast Tacos. It's Jeffy's unique
Breakfast Tacos. That's right. Okay, I apologize. I screwed that up. So we might as well, maybe we should play and see what you think. Here's the guy interrupting Biden during his speech.
Many things is proof that despite the naysayers, we can make meaningful progress on dealing with gun violence. Because make no mistake, sit down, you'll hear what I have to say. If you think
He was an ass right there.
Oh, well, that's his first response always.
And then he realizes, wait a minute, the crowd's behind this guy.
Let him talk. Let him talk. No one, okay? Because make no mistake about it.
Make no mistake about
this
it.
legislation is real progress, but more has to be done.
Okay, so his first thought is, sit down and shut up.
Now listen to what I have to say.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm talking right now.
Look, fat.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yes.
Because he just is a jerk. I mean,
clearly.
Is there any doubt about that? He is a jerk, a douchebag, and a jerk, and the worst president of all time.
That's it, though.
And a completely despicable human being.
Okay, you've added another one. All right, one more.
I mean, there's no end to the adjectives I could use for this guy, but we got other things to talk about, so maybe we'll move on. Yellow Sticker Bandit tweets, the Japanese people lost Shinzo Abe, and now they have to put up with Biden stopping by to sign the condolence book. Haven't they suffered enough? Good question. From Pablo Lim, I've always bet on Biden or any lifelong politician to continue clinging to power until the very end. They live for power. And he clearly is doing that. He's doing that.
Absolutely.
And so is his stupid wife, Jill.
Yes, he's being aided by the family. 100%.
That's why Jill is so despicable. She knows what's wrong with him. She knows the guy's not capable of doing this. And yet, pushing him forward.
Yep.
Keeping him going. From JD, just like the Hillary or Kamala cackle off, we need a Hunter Biden and Mel Gibson breathe off. I think Hunter actually wins that.
I don't know.
He breathed a long time.
Hunter was a longer session.
And for no apparent reason.
Well, he was coming out of the cold water, walking on the beach.
And he wanted to show himself. Man, that guy thinks a lot of himself, doesn't he?
Always.
I mean, he's always filming himself naked or close to it. With hookers and naked chicks, and I mean, always.
Yeah, I mean that the videos that are being released that's what it is. Him just being without clothes and smoking crack.
Yeah.
And having sex.
And he likes to look at himself doing that.
Yes.
It's bizarre. It's bizarre.
Well.
I didn't mean to cast aspersions on you, Jeffy.
I don't want to go that far.
I meant it's despicable for him.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's perfectly natural and fine for you.
Okay.
James tweets, what would Jeffy do with 20.7 grams of crack? No, smoke it, snort it. The usual, I would think, right?
I mean, it's only 20.7 grams. That was the fight. Yeah, that was the fight because the girl was saying that it was something else, and he was like, without the bag. The scale that he had in the video was 28.7. So without the bag, 28.7. He shows it on the scale. It's hilarious.
Amazing.
But it's just incredible that, I mean, okay, so what happens now? Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
The mainstream media still won't talk about
He
this.
He lied on his application to get a weapon. What happens now?
They don't care.
Nothing.
Yeah, he's clearly implicated his dad in his business dealings.
Absolutely.
And vice versa.
And
what happens now? Nothing.
He profits from the less than 1 million gallons of gasoline sent to China from our strategic reserve. What happens now? Nothing.
What do you want to happen? Something? What are you, stupid? Nothing's going to happen. These are the elites. These are the elites.
Yes, I am.
It's incredible to watch. It really is. And they, while the proof is there that the computer existed, it was his. It wasn't some Russian stupid, I don't know, spy game hacking incident. They didn't do this.
Right.
He did.
I don't even know it's mine.
Right. And it is.
It's mine.
And sure enough, it is. And it's been proven it is. And now the phone calls are all his, and everybody knows it, and they still don't care. And his dad is deep in it and proven to be a liar by saying, I don't know anything. We've never talked about his business dealings.
Right.
Okay.
And that's what
completely
ticks me
disproven
too.
now.
And he claims to be the president, claims to be this big family man, and I call my grandkids all the time. Well, not all of them.
Not the one in Arkansas.
Not the one we don't recognize.
Nope.
That one from the dancer. Not that one.
Nope. Nope.
Not taking any pictures with that one, are we?
I don't think so.
No, we're not.
It's kind of sad. It's really sad, actually, that the child is the forgotten victim here.
Oh my gosh. Yes, you're right. I am sad for the kid too. Don't bring me down.
Well, it is sad. It really is. These douchebags, they should get what's coming to them. They're not going to. They should, but the child doesn't deserve it. Let me tell you about, before we get into some Alex Jones here, which we haven't featured in quite a while.
I know, it's been a while.
But he's
back thanking the listeners.
Thanking the listeners.
The viewers.
Yeah, in a very unique way. And we'll show it to you in just a second. But first, let me tell you about this court packing situation. That is a real danger to our nation right now. Make no mistake, court packing is a coup. The radical left is working overtime on new plans to pack the Supreme Court. If we don't stop them from installing 4 more justices, and they'd all be, as long as they have Biden in the presidency and the majority in the Supreme Court, they could absolutely do this and install 4 more liberal justices. So they rig the system in their favor. Talk about an illegitimate court. Put 13 justices in there and then tell me it's not illegitimate. It'd be catastrophic for our court, our country, our way of life, and we can't let it happen. That's why we need you to join us. We're gathering a coalition of 1 million patriots to say no to court packing, no to the liberal agenda, no to the Supreme Court coup. Franklin Graham is involved, former U.S. Attorney General Ed Meese, Dr. James Dobson, the Family Policy Alliance, the Heritage Foundation, and well over 400,000 people just like you, all on board. So please sign your name now. Go to Supreme Coup, that's Supreme, COUP.com. SupremeCoop.com to sign First Liberty's letter. SupremeCoop.com.
You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
What a fascinating way to show your appreciation for your audience. We'll have to look at doing this, Jeffy. Maybe you could do this tomorrow.
I'll do it with a screwdriver right now.
Okay.
I want to thank all the listeners to Chewing the Fat.
By jamming that screwdriver in your eye.
I'm going to do. I'm going to show my appreciation to all the listeners, to Pat Gray Unleashed, to Chewing the Fat.
Yeah.
Everything.
Okay.
Blaze TV.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Now jam that in your eye.
Just jam the screwdriver right in my eye.
Here's how Alex showed his appreciation. This is great.
Lee got to direct me that I can continue this operation because we have been given nothing but success nothing but victory. It has been
That's not really true,
spectacular.
but
no, it's
and you, the viewers and listeners, you did this, and that's why when I salute you,
yeah. Hello.
I'm not into self-harming, but I just archetypally want to take this dagger and just cut a finger off right on air to show you how much I appreciate you and what you've done.
What?
Because giving up a finger to beat these people's nothing.
Giving up a finger to these people is nothing.
You.
He didn't do it,
have
though.
changed the world. You have stood up against evil.
Uh-huh.
You have turned the tide.
Mm-hmm.
And I salute you, and I thank you. And you've got that from the very bottom of my heart. You've got my full commitment, because you need to know in the universe there are real people. Mm-hmm. You need to know in the universe there's people like you who aren't evil, who don't serve Satan.
Right.
That's why they all day say I'm an actor, all day say I'm a fake, all day say I'm a fraud with no evidence.
Pause it.
Because they
except the evidence he gave us by saying that it was an act in a court of law under oath. He's the one who said it.
Yes.
This guy. Without any evidence, except the evidence that I gave and that I show you every day on the air. Wait, you just did an act. You said you were going to cut off your finger because you're so appreciative of the audience, which doesn't make any sense. I really like you listening and watching, so I'm going to cut my finger off. Wait, what?
I would lose a body part for you.
How does that? Nobody asked for that. Hey, Alex, why don't you show us your appreciation by slicing off one of your fingers? How about that? What a weird thing.
Well, another thing, too.
What a weird
Another
thing.
thing that kind of bugs me about it is that he calls that little knife a dagger. Right.
It's not a dagger.
Okay.
That's not a dagger. That's a dagger.
That is a knife.
Remember that?
That's a knife.
Yeah. So he never cut his finger off.
No, he did not.
Right?
Very disappointing, actually.
And he said he was going to.
I'm a fan of actually having him do that.
I mean, but it's not an act. It's all for real.
Right.
And that's what's so powerful about this.
To feel what the children are feeling. God almighty. Folks, we gotta get good people to stand up against these people. I probably shouldn't even have done this radio show today.
Or any day.
Because I have this disgusted cover for how I just hate the globalists, but it's more than that.
Yeah, it's more than that.
And I just get flippant and angry, but it's because deep down, folks, I can see what they're doing, and we have a responsibility to stop these globalists.
By cutting off my finger.
Where are the men in this country? Where are the men in this world? What the hell have we become?
I need a man.
We just offer our children up to the system with the fluoride, the water, and the GMO hurting them, and we let fat perverts grab them at the airport to train them for the pedophile government. And we've just got such a sick society.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
all right.
Clearly overcome with emotion.
Facts are facts. They had the perfect shot, too. The one shot was actually a great shot of him with the dagger and his finger.
Oh, yeah.
When
Let's see that again, Rob, if you
He could
can.
have cut that. Now, the one shot they held up was just Alex with the dagger, but there was one shot where the camera was right over it perfectly. I mean, he could have cut it off.
Yeah.
Perfectly. There's a back shot. Yeah, there's another back shot to that. Right there.
Ooh,
That's
yeah.
a great shot right there. Go ahead. Cut it. Do it. Do it.
Show us that this is not some sort of theater, some sort of act. Which, by the way, again, he said it was under oath. We're like, dude, you are saying bizarre things that just aren't true, and then other people will yell about, yeah, some of it is true, Pat. Some things are true. Like, what about the fish people? One of those are true now.
Yeah.
The animal-human hybrids, those are true. What about the frogs? The frogs in the water.
The shrimp. The shrimp. All of it, yeah.
The suicidal shrimp swimming up to seagulls and asked to be eaten. That's all true. Okay. 9/11 was not a conspiracy by George W. Bush. He's like the father of that conspiracy theory.
Well, that's where he became famous with that.
Sandy Hook was not fabricated. It was not a false flag operation. I mean, on and on and on. We could go through the conspiracies if I could remember them all. But it's nonsense. And then he gets to the trial when it suits him because he was being sued for what he said about Sandy Hook. Yeah. And so he said that was all theater.
Still going on, right? He still has to pay. He's got some of it was already finalized where he owes a bunch of money. And
and he just claimed bankruptcy. He just, I believe he said they're completely bankrupt. Well, no, that doesn't bode well for the nothing but success. We've had nothing but success, except for the bankruptcy we just declared. Other than that, it was a successful bankruptcy, is what it was.
Maybe he is gonna get a body part missing because he owes some people some money.
And
he's setting it up. Look, I hope not too, but
I don't wish ill on him. It's just that
I don't either.
He's not speaking the truth there. I'm going to go out on that limb.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And to say it's not theater, and then to do the knife right up to your finger, and then not cut it off when you just said you were going to. Right at the beginning, isn't that what he said?
Yes.
Let's see the very beginning of this when it leads up to him putting the knife to his finger.
We have been given nothing but success, nothing but victory. It has been spectacular. And you, the viewers and listeners, you did this, and that's why when I salute you.
Yeah. Okay. Hello?
I'm not into self-harming, but I just archetypally want to take this dagger and just cut a finger off right on air to show you how much I appreciate you.
So he says, I'm going to cut off a finger.
Because giving up a finger to beat these people's nothing.
Okay. Do it then.
Giving up a finger to beat these people is nothing.
Nothing.
You.
Except he doesn't do
the
it.
World.
Okay. And I don't blame him for not doing it. But don't tell us and get us all excited that you're going to cut off your finger and then not. Right? I mean, that was misleading.
Right.
Misleading.
To say the least.
To say the least. Misleading. All right. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter.
Speaking of a good act, we have Donald Trump speaking this past weekend in Alaska, bad-mouthing Elon Musk.
Yeah.
And
I think the crowd was kind of divided on that.
I think so, too. And you can listen to it. I mean, it was. There are times when you hear the president speak and you think, man, I miss him. Then there's this.
Another one of our highest priorities under a Republican Congress will be to stop left-wing censorship and to restore free speech in America.
That would be nice. Seriously, that would be nice.
Go out, by the way, while I'm here and sign up now for Truth Social. It's hot as a pistol, and you see that. I pull that one right.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Okay.
Elon is not going to buy Twitter. Where did you hear that before? From me.
People aren't really resonating with this.
No,
it's not resonating with it.
A lot of them. Nah, he's got himself a mess. You know, he said the other day, I've never voted for a Republican. I said, I didn't know that. He told me he voted for me. So he's another bull artist, but he's not going to be buying it.
But he's not going to be buying it.
Although he might later. Who the hell knows?
Or he might later.
He's got a pretty rotten contract. I looked at his contract. Not a good contract.
Okay, so he looked at his contract, not a good contract.
Not a good contract.
Okay. He's not going to be buying it, but maybe he'll be buying
later. You never know.
You never know.
Now, Elon responded in a tweet to the Trump BS artist on Twitter, and it was fascinating because he started a little battle on Twitter, and people, miss Trump on Twitter. I think that's why they're.
I think so too.
You're Truth Social, but we grew to love you on Twitter. But Elon responded, I don't hate the man, but it's time for Trump to hang up his hat and sail into the sunset. Dems should also call off the attack. Don't make it so that Trump is the only way to survive is to regain the presidency. Okay.
Yeah.
I know.
Now, you got two fairly popular people with the right going up against each other. So I don't know if that's a no-win situation, isn't it, really?
I know. Now, is Elon going? I mean, the fight with Twitter is still really kind of on, right? I mean, Elon said that
they're trying to force him to buy it now.
Well, he also commented on Twitter with that. his post on Twitter was there to remind people what people have said in the past about the Twitter deal, which I found fascinating.
Yeah, it's interesting.
He started with his meme picture of himself saying, people on Twitter said, they said I couldn't buy Twitter. Then they said wouldn't disclose bot info. Now they want to force me to buy Twitter in court. Now they have to disclose bot info in court. Each face emoji was laughing more and more, like saying, this is part of his plan. I mean,
maybe.
Is it?
I don't.
Maybe. What I mean? It's working out that way.
I don't know. He's a smart guy.
Really?
Guy's a genius. Yeah. Yes, he's on the spectrum, but he's also a genius. So he's strange but smart.
He's definitely.
He does things in a different way.
Yes. And he's.
Did he tell Trump, by the way, that he voted for him? I wonder if that's true. Do you believe that?
I don't remember if he ever said anything on social media about that. He may have.
Apparently, Trump's claiming that he told him that he would vote. He voted for him. So,
okay, that's true.
That's interesting. Who do you believe in that battle? One of them's lying.
Well,
I don't know which.
It would behoove Elon to have voted for Donald Trump rather than what's happening with this administration.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me.
Yep.
That because he's not a fan. Although I find it amazing that a man who got 81 million votes has fallen so far from grace so quick.
Yeah, that's really strange, isn't it? The most votes of any president or anybody ever in the history of the world.
Ever.
Surprising.
That is.
It is.
That is surprising.
All right. We also have this Rhode Island senator that we haven't been able to get to this week. This is a strange deal. She.
We're going to see I didn't know that you would actually show the twerking.
The Rhode Island senator posted a thirst trap twerk video.
Yeah. She's looking for votes
on TikTok. She's twerking for votes. Oh no! Okay,
I told you. That's why.
Wow. Whoa. Yeah, I didn't realize it was that exposure.
Well, she had a swimsuit on. Yeah. She had more than Hunter had on, I'll tell you that.
She did. Yeah, but we didn't need to see that. I'm trying to unsee it right now. But, wow. So, twerking like that, standing on your head, twerking, that's a vote-getting method now.
Vote-getting method.
Okay. All right. Well, you don't understand. I heard somebody making an excuse for her. You just don't understand because this is the new generation. Really? Okay. So the new generation is gone completely berserk.
Well,
is that what's happened?
I think that may be true, actually.
Twerking. So in this upcoming generation, twerking for votes will be a thing. I guess. That's what we're being told. Unbelievable. If that's true, we're done. We're done.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's true.
Yeah.
If that's true.
Absolutely done. We're done. Exactly.
All right.
Now, January 6th may not have killed our democracy, but twerking for votes. That will. All right. Still have overtime coming up. And then, of course, we'll be back tomorrow, middle of the week, and do Chewing and Fat with Jeffy as well.
Yeah, baby.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.